Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to keep my kids entertained without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids are obsessed. Yoto is a screen-free audio player where kids just pop in a card and listen. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more, and no screens or ads. With hundreds of options for ages 0 to 12, it's the perfect gift they'll go back to again and again. Check it out at yotoplay.com. YOTOPLAY.com.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
Welcome back to part 2 of our episode on therapy. Vic, I want to share with you a slightly awkward moment that I had, which was after the last session.
Mm-hmm.
I left. I knew that was going to be my last session. How do you end it? I didn't know whether or not to hug her or do you go formal handshake? See you soon? But you kind of secretly think, I hope I don't. It's kind of weird when you say goodbye to a doctor. You're always like, I hope I never see you again.
Yeah.
Because then something's gone wrong. That's sort of how I felt. I was like, I hope to never speak to you again in the kindest possible way. Yeah. What do you do? You had your 12 sessions before. How did you end those? Was that a hug?
Well, those, I'm still friends with her actually, and I see her quite a lot.
You don't know how to end it, so you're just carrying on friendship.
No, but I did have a therapy session when in my early 20s when I had that cognitive behavioural therapy. At the beginning of the session, she handed me a pebble. Okay. And she said, hold on to this pebble every time you feel anxiety and hand it back to me when you feel like you don't need it anymore. And the day that I handed the pebble back to her was my last session because it was a sign that I felt better. Yeah. So that's a really good way. So you've got to carry pebbles around with you, basically, Hamish.
Well, if she hadn't initiated that, it would be a bit weird if I just gave her a pebble at the end of the session.
I think maybe it could be something that you do all the time. There's Hamish. He's got a couple of pebbles in his pockets. Yeah.
Give him a shaky rattles.
Yeah, hopefully you'll see him again.
So, how did you know when you were done with your therapy sessions? How do you know it's finished?
The reason I knew it was finished was that Diane, the therapist that I had at that stage, told me.
Oh, she was fed up with seeing you.
Yeah, she was fed up with seeing me. We'd run out of pebbles. I think once you have decided that you like the therapist, you trust them and you sort of hand yourself over to their advice. I knew I was done because she said, I think you can do this on your own now.
Oh, that's good.
She trusted that I had done enough work to be able to walk out that door and be okay. I think they won't let you go until they know that you're going to be fine. They'd be silly to let you out the door while you're halfway finished. You know what I mean?
Well, that's interesting because that would be a fear that I have.
Yeah.
Is will they ever tell me I'm finished, or they just want to keep me for the business.
And I reckon that's a fear that a lot of people have. You know, when you go and see, who's the person who does, you go and see the physiotherapist. They have a bad reputation, don't they? Because sometimes you go and go and go and go and you don't feel better. Right. Like you've got a sore shoulder. And I never start. If somebody says, I've got a problem with my calves at the moment and I want to go and see someone to sort it out, but I feel like I'm just going to end up paying and I'm going to go and go and go and nothing's ever going to get better. And I think the same can be said for therapists. But in my experience, they know when you're done. And it was actually much earlier than I thought it was going to be.
Interesting.
I'd had 12 sessions. I was happy to do more because I felt like, well, I can grow more. But she knew that she'd given me the tools and the foundations to start my life over. Yeah. And I walked out of there knowing that I was never going to drink again and started a whole new life.
And you felt light because you weren't carrying a pebble anymore.
Yeah, I felt lighter. Yeah. I had unpacked the past. It made me stronger and more confident. I didn't know, Haim. Let's get into this a second here. I didn't know when I went into therapy, I went in there going, well, I'm just going to talk about what's happening now because my drinking is what is happening now. And this is affecting my life and my family right now. I thought, fucking hell, she's not going to make me talk about my family or anything that's happened in the past or the tsunami or everything that's in my book, actually. I thought we were just going to go, right, this is your problem now and this is how you solve it. But that isn't the case at all. And what you do is you go in and you lie your life out in front of them like you did. And you start from the beginning and you come all the way up to the present moment and you work out what has gone wrong and how you're hurting and why. And for me, it was like, I've mentioned this on the podcast before, it was like having a pack of cards that were my life and she spread them out on a table in front of me. And from that, I was able to choose which parts of my life I wanted to fix and heal and which bits I wanted to take with me to the next part of my life. And there were lots of both. And I didn't realize there were any. I thought I would just have to work on this problem now in the present day. I didn't know I'd have to flick back into the past. And it was everything to do with the past. It was what I was made of, like you said on last week's episode. It was about all those intrinsical moments in my life that I thought were insignificant and recognizing that they had hurt me. And you always say I undermine my trauma.
Yeah.
And in those sessions, I realised that I had done that all my life and that my problems were worthy of looking at. And it was actually fascinating. It sounds really self-indulgent, but going into your past and working out exactly who you are and why is actually like a really fascinating experiment and something I think everybody should do.
Totally. I think that is the most interesting thing about therapy. You go in there, I'm sure lots of people listening will go in there and they'll go, I drink too much. And you will spend 99% of the time not talking about alcohol. Yeah, yes. Great. That's the issue. That's the thing that we need to fix. Let's look much, 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 much deeper than that and lay out your life, like you said, from day one and figure out why you've got this problem. We're not going to talk about alcohol in a therapy session very much.
It is not about alcohol, funnily enough. You're so right.
It would be boring if you did only go in and talk about alcohol.
Yeah, well, I have 5 pints of lager, a bottle of whiskey. It's totally irrelevant to the issue, actually.
It's the tip of the iceberg.
It is the tip of the iceberg, yeah. Funnily enough, Hamish, it reminds me of the time I went to the doctor's and I had a lettuce stuck up my bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just the tip of the iceberg, apparently. Is that better?
Is it weird that I didn't question you when you're like, yeah, I went to the doctor with a lettuce on my ass? Anyone else would be like, what are you talking about? You went to the doctor with you? Like, yeah, it's about right.
Yeah, the carrot was fine. Aubergine's all right. It's just the lettuce I couldn't get out again.
Just sat on a whole salad. Yeah. See what I could pick up.
This is a very smart episode, isn't it, Hamish? It's about therapy when we're talking about root vegetables being stuck up your bottom.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, do you think you'll go to therapy again in your life?
I'm open to it if I encounter another issue that I can't figure out for myself.
I think that's very likely.
I think for me, it has to be a specific problem that is fixable, maybe. I don't know if I could go in. I don't know if I would go in if it was like, I want to become confident. I think it's like such a broad thing that needs to be worked on. Does that make sense?
I disagree with you because I think working on your confidence is going to help that problem that you've already got. I think no matter whether you even feel like you have any sort of problem, I think having general weekly, monthly or outside input into your life in general, no matter what it is, whether it's alcohol or not, is always going to be really, really helpful.
Yeah. I'm confident that if my marriage ran into some trouble or if I lost someone I loved, I've got no doubt that I would check myself back in. that there is benefit to be had there.
And is that because you've been now and you know what it's like?
Yeah, I think so. And actually, weirdly, like, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you go into therapy expecting to enjoy it. You probably expect to learn something, but I was fascinated by the whole process. And I actually think not only will it help you improve your life, but it actually also teaches you the questions that you could ask to help others, like your friends or your family who are going through this sort of thing. It teaches you a skill of how to effectively help someone help themselves through question asking rather than advice giving. And I think men in particular, when a woman comes to them with a problem, we typically, I know I'm being stereotypical here, but we will give them an answer and a solution rather than feeling or accepting the problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So often, let's say, for example, Liz comes to me and says, I'm feeling sad about this. And I say, great, just think about it that way. And actually, that's not what she wants to hear. She wants to hear, I understand why you're feeling awful about that. That is really an awful thing. She doesn't want a solution thrown at her. Yeah. And I think I do that. I think maybe that is a male trait that we try and just provide solutions rather than asking questions or just accepting an issue.
My husband does that to me all the time.
Really, yeah.
If I'm like, I'm feeling down or I'm feeling hormonal or I'm not feeling great, I'm like, this is wrong with me. And he's like, well, you've just got to try and look at it from this angle. And why can't you be a bit happier? And in the grand scheme of things, this isn't that bad. And he kind of gives me this jolly approach, which is great. It's brilliant that he can do that. But sometimes I just need someone to go, I need some sympathy.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's a good thing, whether that's my problem or his. I'm not really sure. It's probably something I could ask the therapist about. But sometimes you just want someone to go, it's okay that you're hurting about that. It's okay that you have problems and there are ways that you can organise this and sort this out. And I think that's what therapy gives outside of a relationship and outside of a marriage is that, your husband isn't always going to be the person who knows the answers. And you can listen to them and you can hear that they're trying to do the right thing, but that always isn't going to be the right answer for you, is it?
This actually came up recently for us. At the time of recording this, there's just been this mass stabbing at Bondi Junction, and Liz was crushed by it. We went to the Bondi Junction, the Westfields there twice a day when we were living there. Me for 3 years, Liz for 8-9 years. And she was crushed. It was her birthday weekend. She was in tears a lot over the weekend. And the way that I processed that news was like, oh, thank God we weren't there. And, no one that we know was involved.
Yeah.
Like a generally positive opinion of a terrible thing of like, thank God it wasn't us. She was in bits. And I can remember me saying things like, we weren't there. It's not helpful at all. No. She just wanted to feel sad about it.
She just wanted to cuddle. Yeah. And an understanding. And I think you can get that in therapy. Like sometimes you might not get that from your person, from your partner.
Yeah.
And you can get that elsewhere, and that's okay. Because if you're not getting it, you're going to end up feeling resentful, possibly, in your relationship, and that's going to fuck everything over, isn't it?
Yeah, not expecting your partner to play every role in your life, I think is important for anyone.
Yeah.
Because I think there needs to be my best friend, there needs to be my partner, there needs to be my emotional support, there needs to be all of these different roles, and actually it's unlikely anyone can do that.
I totally agree with you. And I think if we're more accepting of that and saying, look, this doesn't work with you. Like if I feel down and I need some sympathy and say to you, look, I need some sympathy and they can't give it to you, maybe that's okay. And maybe you do need to go and find someone else to give that to you. Yeah. Not in a sexual way.
No, you should.
Did you speak to your therapist about me putting lettuces up my bottom?
I would never.
Thank you. I want to keep that between us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you guys listening.
Yeah. Well, they're all right.
Yeah.
That lot have all done it. They're all pissheads.
We're all iceberg sitters.
Yeah, we've all got pissed and stuck things up our bottoms, haven't we, Hamish?
I think it's my honestly, it's probably my favourite topic of conversation is if you've worked in A&E, what have people come in with things up their bums with?
Oh, gosh, yeah. We saw a knife and fork set, didn't we?
We did.
We Googled it, didn't we? Yeah. We did an episode.
Liz's maybe not a whole episode. Liz's cousin works at A&E in England and I'm always like, come on, what's the weirdest shit?
Yeah, God, the hamsters. There's a lot of hamsters going missing.
There was a hamster story,
Yeah. Anyway, back to therapy.
What about you? Do you think you'll sort of carry on doing it indefinitely?
I will keep doing it for as long as I live and for my children, I think. If I need it, I am all for it. I think it's really helped me. I wouldn't be where I am today without it. We've had a situation recently where my son George has been having anxiety ever since he saw his little brother, what we thought was die of a choking incident. And since that incident, George was at an age where he wasn't able to process that information and be like you were saying, you know, don't worry, he's okay now, he's safe. Like, we got over that situation. Everybody's safe. George doesn't still understand that. He finds it really, really hard to cope with that situation, and it's shown itself in many other ways. He's very paranoid about where Fred is all the time. He gets anxiety around young children. It's playing out throughout our house all the time, that situation. And so we have had him go to therapy 2 different times. We had an online session with a lady, me and John, and we also sent him to see someone about it because we could see that it was affecting his day-to-day life, and he was trying to take on this parent role because we had lost control of the situation of our child, and George now feels like he needs to take on our role so that everybody is safe.
Did he share what he learned from it, or how did he find the experience? Or did you say, don't tell us, just it's your own thing?
No, we spoke about it afterwards, and they taught him breathing techniques to process his anxiety. They also said to give him jobs if Freddie has a fit. He has to go and put the dog away, and he has to check Nellie's okay, and he has distractions when that situation is going on. So there were lots of different ways that they taught him to deal with it, but breathing seemed to be the best one because he would go into fight or flight very, very quickly. If Freddie was having a fit, he would just start running around the house, running laps up and down, totally freaking out. So what therapy did for him was to bring him back into the moment, give him some jobs, help him breathe, and to get through it with feeling like his feet are still firmly on the ground. I think that's what he learned.
I'm done with subscriptions. Streaming, fitness, razors, vitamins. I've got subscriptions for everything in my life. They lock you in, and half the time, I can't figure out how to unsubscribe. That's why I'm so excited about the new Blue Apron. Now you can get delicious meals delivered with no subscription needed, including new pre-made options. Keep the flavor, ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to keep my kids entertained without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids are obsessed. Yoto is a screen-free audio player where kids just pop in a card and listen. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more, and no screens or ads. With hundreds of options for ages 0 to 12, it's the perfect gift they'll go back to again and again. Check it out at yotoplay.com. YOTOPLAY.com.
But I'm very open for him to have more therapy. I do still notice some anxiety in him, but I am so up for it now that I think anytime there's something that me and John can't handle, we'll be like, right, let's get someone else in here.
And do you think him seeing you regularly see a therapist sort of makes it less of a stigma for him to go?
Funny enough, Haim, I lie about it to my kids.
Do you?
Yeah.
So you don't tell them you see a therapist?
No, I say I have an appointment in Mooloolaba. I say I have my appointment this week, and they don't really ask me what it is. So actually I don't tell them that because I guess I don't want them to think I'm vulnerable in some way, that their mother's not this strong, stoic person that they want me to be. So that's probably wrong, and I will change that, I think. I think that's probably a good idea, is to go home and say, look, mummy goes to have therapy to deal with situations like Freddie and confidence and the things that I do and my sobriety. Maybe I do need to be more open about it.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that, but I understand that.
Yeah.
Like, I think we all as parents want to appear to be these sort of unshakable example setters who are, you know, like, we're in charge and everything's going to be okay.
Did you tell your parents?
No.
No, I didn't tell mine either.
No.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah. I just feel like I wouldn't want them to think that I was kind of a weak person that went to therapy. That's the stigma right there. We do it. Even though we're both into it, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
We're still kind of going against it by not telling people because we are worried about what they might think of us, like we're weak or something.
I guess I don't want to deal with the follow-up questions.
No.
The way that I've shared it with people is that, you know, I've recently been applying for a normal job and it's taken me going to therapy to get to a place where I can do that.
Yeah.
So I sort of hide behind, this is why I did it.
Yes.
And so that's the explanation.
It's
Whereas
not
if
like
I just
saying,
say to someone I'm seeing a therapist, then I feel I'll be like, oh God, here we go. Okay, so what is it? What's gone wrong? Do
Yeah.
you need help? Do you want me to help? Like, do you want to go on a walk? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with those questions.
And it's also like you're admitting there's something wrong with you. And for me, with my parents, I would think that by admitting to them that I'm going to therapy, that they had done something wrong raising me. Yeah. And they have to deal a lot already with me talking about their own drinking habits on this podcast and in my book and all sorts of things. And I think sometimes you just don't want to burden people. And in fact, when I gave up drinking, I didn't tell anybody that I was going to therapy. And that was one of the best things that I have ever done, because for the first time, I was taking care of myself and doing something privately that meant the world to me, and not telling anyone was actually a good thing. So it can go either way. You don't have to tell everybody.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're going,
Yeah.
go and not tell anyone. That's fine.
I think so too.
It's not the issue here.
I wouldn't have thought I would say that, but now that we're talking about it, I would say if you want to keep it to yourself, if that feels like the safest thing to do and that will keep you going, then do that. Yeah, you don't have to blurt it out. The falsehood about therapy is that you need to be really unwell or really sad to get it, but that's not the case. Therapist Kate Rosenblatt said, "You don't have to wait for a crisis moment in your life to see a therapist. You don't have to live in suffering. You can see a therapist when things are going really well in your life, or when you're about to go through a big life transition."
So what are the main benefits of getting therapy?
Okay, this is the nitty gritty, Hamish. There's going to be so many, aren't there?
Yes.
So this is just a list of some things, no matter what your problem is, whether it's alcohol, drugs, trauma, whatever, these are some things that will generally happen to you.
Okay.
You will feel raised self-esteem, greater confidence in your abilities, a feeling of empowerment, an ability to make healthier life choices, insight into healthier social boundaries, an increased sense of hope, a new perspective on current problems, and greater self-understanding.
A few more are healthy strategies to deal with stress, tools for improved communication skills, feelings of relief and validation, different contexts to navigate past struggles, a deeper understanding of your thought patterns, and stronger and healthier personal relationships. When it comes to booze, even though you might not feel like it, there will be a reason why you drank beyond it being just a bad habit.
Yep, that's what I discovered in therapy, the reasons why I drank. And when I knew them, that's when I was able to give myself some empathy and quit. What was the main thing that therapy taught you, do you think, Haim?
I think that any problem, big or small, is worthy of help. Therapy has been sitting there for years as an option that has helped millions of people, but I'd always ignored it without even trying. I was like, it's just not for me. I've certainly bought into that, it's just not for me. Or like you said earlier, some people have done it and it cost them loads, they learned nothing. Just tuning into that to sort of reinforce my belief, therapy's not for me. That's what people with problems do, like sobriety, I would say just give it a go and see how you feel. It might not be for you, but give it a go and decide that yourself rather than just assuming it's not.
I think people are quite happy to sit in a problem for a very long time. Like I know I did. I sat with various problems just simmering below the surface because I felt like that's what life is. Life is ups and downs and I'm having a downtime and that's okay. I'll be up again eventually. I never thought, well, maybe I could get some help getting to that point. Maybe I could be there quickly if somebody intervened. I never even thought about that. It's weird, isn't it? We just sit in the problem hoping that the answers are going to bloody come out of the sky and hit us on the head.
See, my reason for not going is almost the polar opposite of that. And I don't know how to say this without sounding arrogant, but I can remember feeling like I haven't got any problems.
Yeah.
If I go to see a therapist and they dig into me, maybe they'll find maybe I'll develop problems that I've been really good at covering up.
Yeah.
Like I remember thinking that about meditation as well. I'm like, why would I meditate? I'm chilled.
I'm fine. Yeah.
What if I start worrying too much about my mental health and then I develop a problem?
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people don't go. You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
People don't go because they don't feel bad enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's our point today, is that everybody is bad enough.
You're all fucked.
You're all fucked, so you may as well go and get some help understanding why you're fucked. So when should you go? It's such a good question. I think some people wait too long, as I said, sometimes never, because it seems too hard and self-indulgent. But think of it like a good massage, a treat, something you get to do for you.
Contrary to popular opinion, you don't need to have a mental health condition to benefit from therapy, nor is seeking therapy a sign of failure. As long as you have areas you'd like support in navigating, it's never a bad idea to speak to a professional. Do it now and give yourself the help you need.
Yeah, we've got some good quotes, Haim.
Go on then.
You start that one, because I'm going to read the second one, which is one of my favourite writers.
Okay. Our wounds are often the openings into the best and most beautiful part of us.
Oh,
I do quite like that.
yeah, that's lovely. This is Augustine Burroughs from the book Dry. Highly recommend it for anyone who's thinking about going sober. Think of your head as an unsafe neighbourhood. Don't go there alone.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
That is good.
That is so true. Like, you can spend so long, I know I did, 4 years after having my first child, knowing what I was doing was wrong and that I couldn't solve it, and trying so hard that I felt like a failure because I couldn't solve. So I think when you are doing something wrong for such a long time, it not only makes you feel unwell, but you also feel like a failure. And I ended up feeling like a failure because I couldn't moderate. I could not have one drink and stop. It was always me going out there with these incredible good intentions, having that one drink and ordering the bottle. And I failed every single time. And then the next time I would go out again and try again. And I'd have a water between wines or drink beer instead of wine, or, do all of these tricks of the trade to try and make me not repeat the same habit that was ruining my life. But I couldn't do it on my own. And I had to fail and feel like a failure for a very, very long time until I got to the point and fucking hell, I am not solving this issue. And I remember the day it happened, I talk about it all the time. I woke up with that final hangover and went, I cannot solve this problem. All I've done is prove that I do not have the mental or physical tools to solve this problem. I am fucking it up and I am making it worse, and I have an issue. Therefore, I have an issue with alcohol because I cannot solve it. And that was the point. I walked into the lounge and said to my husband, I need professional help. This isn't working. I needed somebody else. And that was the day I picked up the phone and booked myself in for therapy. And that is the day that changed my entire life.
That's what it's all about. It's about being able to surrender.
Yeah.
Being able to say, I can't fix this alone. It's all right to not be able to fix all of the world's problems by yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay to get somebody else's help, somebody who is trained and a professional in helping people exactly like you to solve these problems. They've seen millions of people like you. They've seen millions of people with worse issues than you, or less good or less serious issues than you.
Yeah.
And they are waiting to help you.
Yeah.
And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But try it. Do 6 sessions, do 12 sessions like you did.
Yeah.
You'll figure something out.
Yeah. And actually, when I phoned up Diane, the therapist that I saw, I thought, I'm just some stupid idiot, like I said, that I'm going to get thrown out of here because this place is for real alcoholics. And what I discovered was that there's levels of therapy for everybody, and you will find your level. They're there to help you no matter what. You don't have to be a certain amount drunk or a certain amount crazy. You can just be who you are, and that is enough, and just explain why you're making that phone call. There's no need to be shy and embarrassed because they hear that all day, every day. I must mention Diane here actually quickly. Diane does Zoom calls if anyone's ever interested. Her name is dianespencer.com.au/Sundays if you want to have a Zoom call with her. She's the lady that helped me with my drinking habit and helped me unravel all of my reasons why. Have you ever gone to therapy, Hamish, and come out going, oh my God, I wish I hadn't shared that?
No. I'm there to overshare.
Yeah.
So it was actually nice to be able to do it in a conversation that isn't recorded and heard by lots of people like this podcast. Yeah. I quite enjoyed it. You have, though, I assume? You're a professional oversharer?
Well, the recent bout of therapy was just as my book was coming out. Okay. And I went once with one in my bag because I thought, I can sit here and drone on about my past for weeks on end, or I can just give her my book and say, look, here it all is. These are all where my issues are. This is the point that I got to. And now I want to talk about something else because I know what's going on here because I've written all about it for years. And I charged her for the book.
You can see how financially there's no impetus to her to read the book. So either you can come back here for an hour a week, basically tell me the book.
Yeah.
Or on my own time, I read the book unpaid to find out the same information.
It was so embarrassing. But one of the reasons I was at therapy was that I keep giving my book away because I'm a people pleaser, which means I don't make any money out of it. And I said to her, look, I would like to give you my book, but you've taught me that I have to ask people for money. So I'm going to ask you for money for it.
Did she just knock it off the bill? or did she give you cash?
Oh, I think she gave me cash, and then we haven't spoken about it since. I'm too embarrassed to ask her if she enjoyed it. Yeah. Because she'll probably just go, "Oh my God, I totally realise why you're mental now."
Yeah, of course I haven't read this shit.
Yeah, that is so funny. Oh, what a brilliant couple of episodes this has been, Hamish. Yeah. I really think we've broken this down to a really approachable level, actually. So making therapy approachable for everybody.
Yeah. I would actually say if anyone's listening to this who's never been to a therapist, who after listening to these episodes books themselves in for one, I'd love to hear how that went for you. You can email us at vicandhamish@soberawkward.com. We're not going to read it out on a podcast as you want us to, but I'd love to hear what your first experience is, because for me, I thought I'm never going to go to therapy, and then I did, and I've seen massive benefits.
Yeah.
And even if it goes awfully for you, tell us.
Yeah. And we understand that this podcast is kind of a jolly add-on, isn't it, Hamish? A jolly add-on to your sober life, because we are here to guide you, aren't we? We're here to guide you in what it's like and what we've experienced. But there's some aspects of it that we can't help you with. And that's going to be all of your stuff from the past and all of your feelings. Like, we don't know what's going on with each individual that listens to this podcast. And it's really important for us as podcasters that you go out there and get the help you deserve rather than just listening to us, because we are a couple of idiots.
Ops. As your therapist said to me about you, Vic's a knobhead.
Vic is a knobhead. We are knobheads. We are not professionals, even though we sound like them sometimes.
When we're reading quotes, Einstein quotes in German.
When we're reading other people's information, it makes us sound quite smart, but we are not. No. Just so you know.
That's why it's always clear when you're listening to this episode when we're reading professional information and when we've gone off script and we start talking about sitting on salad.
Oh, I sat on a tomato yesterday. That's what we do in our pastimes now instead of drinking, isn't it? Sit on fruit and vegetables.
What is your favourite fruit or vegetable to sit on?
Oh, probably a banana. What would yours be?
I think tomato is quite satisfying because the pips pop out.
If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the...
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to keep my kids entertained without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids are obsessed. Yoto is a screen-free audio player where kids just pop in a card and listen. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more, and no screens or ads. With hundreds of options for ages 0 to 12, it's the perfect gift they'll go back to again and again. Check it out at yotoplay.com. YOTOPLAY.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hello,
This is Jessie and Lenny Ware from Table Manners, a podcast direct from our dining table where we talk all things
food, family, growing up.
And everything in between. This season, we've had Reese Witherspoon reveal the greatest cookie recipe.
We had Gary Oldman, who's freshly knighted.
Sir Gary Oldman. Now. We did some singing with Gloria Estefan. And Jeremy Allen White
has shared some culinary stories with us.
And it's not just this series. We've had plenty of other brilliant guests where you can listen back to all the episodes. People like Cher,
Dolly Parton,
Kate Winslet, Sir Paul McCartney,
John Legend,
Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez. We've had them all and we've fed them very well. Come and listen to Table Manners, the podcast with me, Jessie Ware and Lenny Ware.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay, good.
So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Yeah, buy another one.
Yeah.